as Claudia's going to overcomplicate this, one's gonna say it like this, and then you're gonna listen to everything else and really consider what's being said. Why put yourself in debt to learn limited capped trap information when you can just, and that's apparently for 8 years if you want to get that trash degree, or you can just get a book from somebody that already went through those 8 years, called out the bullshit, condensed the information so that you know the useful information, and also tells you a way to reform and also abolish and create a new field if a new field has to be created and expanded. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer the one that the capped information is not actually solving anything and is just literally for some time created by energetic parasites, trash spell casting pedophiles saying worshipping energetic parasites that are now being all factually checked and legally sieged? Which information do you want? The information that's going to keep you stuck, or do you want to get the information that's going to actually be significant in helping developing souls? Which one do you want? The answer is obvious. So let's dive into this talk, and we're gonna really perfect this into your mind. But it's said in that way to get your mind going. You're not sure about the information, so you have to think about it. You have to really research, make rediscoveries, and expand your awareness. It's not that hard for you to literally open your eyes and respect the fact that yes, you have to look up to that sky every single day, and you gotta respect that sun because that's a sun portal. That's what gives you access to this planet, this physical reality. Without that, you don't have light spectrum. Without that, you have nothing. That's a fact. That's common sense. If you're a critical thinker and you're not biased, you're not in a lower perspective, you're in a higher perspective, world psychology, then you realize all of the problems are to now be resolved in this physical reality, in this age of Aquarius. Now you realize who has been trying to trick you, who has been trying to purposely manipulate your economics, how much information you attain, how much information is in your area, what sort of information is in your area that can influence others to harm you if you're not harming yourself. If you're not self-destructing, guess what? The spellcasting energy of parasite is still paying some underdeveloped idiot to rap and say idiotic garbage, talking about murder, blah, 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 all sorts of bullshit to cause underdeveloped souls to then traumatize themselves and other developing souls. But all of that garbage is factually checked and legally sieged. Too much awareness. Take your power as a responsible, capable, righteous co-creator now in this age of Aquarius. And so which home is going to be more stable? The home that has underdeveloped souls that do not have at minimum 10,000 years worth of knowledge, skill, and awareness that enables them to be powerful, responsible co-creators that protect their energy and use their energy/money wisely as they navigate this planet. That means those righteous souls don't spend 8 years to get to a field, a limited capped field. Righteous souls do not spend 8 years in a trick knowledge field. Instead, they read a book that a good-hearted righteous soul that jumps into that field for 8 years makes. So that developing soul got to the mountain peak in that field and condensed all that information, took out all the bullshit and gave you the valuable condensed information of what's going on with that field, what that field is quote unquote offering, and they place it in a book so that you know what's really going on. Which one would you prefer? Spending 8 years? Let's put it like this. Would you rather spend how much money throughout those 8 years in that quote unquote college university? Or would you prefer to spend like $50 to $100 on a book that someone who already went through those 8 years has made, calling out bullshit, giving you the dispensed information, giving you what is meaningful within that trash field, and reasons why it is to be abolished, reasons why it is to be reformed, reasons why certain things can be expanded. So you have somebody who is a good-hearted, righteous, credible thinker credible, critical thinker, a righteous, responsible, powerful soul that already went through those 8 years, gave you this book, and you can master that book in 5 months and know everything about that. You don't have to waste your time, waste 8 years, and waste thousands of dollars on nonsense. Which would you prefer? We really have to talk about that. Going through that bullshit? Or would you prefer to just read the book of the one that went through 8 years, saw the bullshit, called out the bullshit, and is saying, hey, this needs to get abolished because there's a trash, corrupt business model scheme that certain parasites placed to distract souls into getting capped information instead of them navigating through the planet, accessing actual valuable information that's going to birth new fields. Why? Because if the parasite places this trap information, that's what we call quote unquote trap information. If the parasite places this trap information and you go to that trap information and you get ensnared in that trap information and you're too oblivious, you don't notice the statistics, you don't notice the thousands of other souls before you that got the trash degree and didn't actually solve anything, you don't notice that. And so you get stuck in that trash trap information because the parasite doesn't want you to go around the parasite and surpass the parasite. The parasite doesn't want you to go to these different areas on the planet to get valuable information. Then it causes you to have a higher perspective and stand above the parasite. You look down at the parasite and you see the trap that the parasite made on purpose to keep developing souls in an underdeveloped state where the developing soul gets preyed on physically, mentally, and spiritually. You observe the parasite that is reliant on maintaining trash, trick, knowledge, loop schemes in order to attain energy/money and keep the quote-unquote civilization from turning interplanetary. Because the parasites have done nothing for the last 6,000 years other than toss toxic thought forms to numerous humanoid species throughout the planet until now being factually checked and legally sieged. Follow the chain of command. Cloudy just gave you a clue. Tons of course lessons, DM. And we're putting a lot of valuable information on the page, so share it. And let's talk about this word, quote unquote, marriage. Because you have to know about the spell word, the effects of that spell word, and how it has caused misery for billions of souls that entered this light spectrum, this planet, this physical reality, to develop and evolve. That's why you go onto this planet, to develop and evolve and learn how to become an effective, responsible, powerful co-creator God or goddess in your direct space. That's the answer of your life. And when the information is withheld from you, or when you get misinformation and you do something evil, you traumatize yourself or a developing soul, you feel the harm. You feel it hurts you. You feel depressed. You feel suicidal. You feel chaotic. So who has been purposely throwing misinformation, throwing toxic thought forms? Follow the money. Notice who are the reptilian, Satan worshipping, spell casting, energetic parasites that are now being factually checked and legally sieged, starting in this US melting pot, in this planet, in this age of Aquarius.